Hey everybody, thanks for joining. Um, was hoping to get started a little bit earlier today, but had some difficulty setting up multi-RMPT on OBS, but it seems like everything's working as expected now. Go ahead and put on my headphones here. Nice. Okay. Alright guys, let's go into our terminal here. Checking Twitch here. Want to make sure. Okay, great, nice. I think we're live on Twitch. We're live on Twitch, X, and YouTube, which is pretty cool. So let's just open up the code here. Awesome. Awesome. So let me Okay, great guys. So we're logged in here. Let's get this on the left-hand side. Okay, cool. So let's this. Okay, guys. So what we did yesterday or the day before on live stream was, let's see here. Open. Let's keep this open. Okay, cool. So what did we work on the last stream? So we worked on the MP4 playback and getting that media dialogue player working. So I'll quickly show that again here. Yes, guys. So we were able to get this, fix the styling on this media player, and it appears to be working pretty good here. And this, we did this on the last stream, so you can expand it here. Now I do see there is some extra kind of screen real estate here, and we have that item here, and we're going to be working on that, fixing this little styling issue here. We had an issue with clustering, but we were able to fix it. So let me come back to the main map here. Guys, let me make sure we can actually gonna have a cool. Nice. Hey, Zoxic. YouTube's telling me that the bit rate is a little bit high, but does it seem okay? I think I have my bit rate at like 6100, which is, I guess, a bit too high, but if it seems to be working, then it's working, which is awesome. So, right now, Zoxic, we're actually doing a little barbarian fishing. So these fish, I think, have some eggs in their belly, and I can't cook them, but I just go ahead and drop them. So this grind I'm excited about. Let me show the OSRS wiki here. Let's see. OSRS wiki fishing. So right now we're doing barbarian fishing. So this is really nice because we get to train our agility and our strength here. Then let me look up the fish sack barrel. So guys, we're after this, the fish sack barrel. So really excited about that too. Cool. Okay, let me go ahead and drop my fish here. Cool. Nice. So, today we're going to be building scheduled reports, but I'm going to quickly go through what we did on the last stream. So we built clusters here. So you can see when devices are in close proximity of each other, they cluster up. And these are 3D objects on a 3D map here. So when I zoom out, they'll cluster up. We can click on them, see what's active and inactive. We worked on the media dialog window. So let me just pull that up here. We made this a lot cleaner, a lot more sexy, improved the styling on it with Claude Sonnet 4. So we can skip through these, expand, make it bigger, and yeah, so I'm hearing that the RuneScape window's a little bit tiny here. On the next stream, I'm going to see what I can do to make that bigger for you guys. But, okay, so back to sequential. We worked on the media dialog window, and what else did we work on, guys? Slip in my memory. We got clusters. Okay, device name toggle, too. So when we zoom in, we got the device name toggle working as well. So we're going to be working on getting all of these deployed to production. But today we're going to be working on one more feature, which is scheduled reports. So if I come so the system has really two different ways for customers to see when a device is speeding or idling. Or if a device is stopped. So we have real-time alerts, and essentially we ingest this data through the listener service, and in real time, using a Redis memory database, we're able to check to see which users have alerts and fire off those alerts if they break any of these exceptions. So these are real-time alerts. And then we have reports. So we have scheduled reports. So I can run these reports and look at historical data. So we have alerts that are doing real-time data and reports that are doing historical data. So what we're going to be doing today is building scheduled reports. So we have some customers that want to be able to run these reports on a interval. So they might want to run the report at the end of every week, or maybe at the end of the day, or at the end of the month, right? So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be vibe coding scheduled reports here. So really excited to do that with you guys. So what I'm going to do first, actually, is I'm going to ask, and let's use GPT-5 Mini, and let's close all the windows for now. Let's open up a new thread, and let's say, can you describe to me the exact flow of the reports service? So what we're going to do is ask the AI here to help us describe the flow of the report service. And let me pull up, I have a document. Let's wait for this to finish first before I do anything else. And guys, I would make the RuneScape window a little bigger right now, but kind of a bit nervous to do it. Still getting adjusted to OBS. Cool. So the plan is so the report service is in Java, and the plan is to use an open source library, hopefully, to help us kind of run these cron jobs. So I am familiar with cron jobs. I've used them on EC2 servers before, in cron tab, and those would run on a schedule. But really, we're looking to add a front-end component where users can enter in which reports they want to schedule, and then we'll enter that into our database. We're using Postgres for the database. And then what we'll do is the Java service, hopefully we'll be able to use an open source library. Nice, it's bringing a lot of detail here, which is good. Let's see, high level contract, okay. Next up, nice. So what I'm going to do actually, and this is GPT-5, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this. We're going to open up ChatGPT thinking. We're going to paste this in. Then we're going to say, we want to build scheduled reports. We are using Redis for the in-memory database and a Postgres for relational DB. I want to use open source libraries. Now what we're going to do actually is grab this. We're also going to paste it into Gemini. So let's go into Gemini here. Just want to use Flash if we can. Got it. Okay. So what we're going to do is paste this in and ask Gemini the same question. Let's see what answer we get here. Okay, so to build schedule reports using open source libraries, we need two main components, a job schedule and existing reporting logic. Okay, a robust job scheduler will handle the timing and execution of your reports. Okay, cool. So we got the court scheduler. Let's just look up, let's take a look at this real quick. Interesting. I was kind of looking for a README here. It doesn't look like I have too much detail in the README. I don't even see a README. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, what is Quartz? So Quartz is a job scheduling library. Cool, so the Quartz job scheduling library, let's see. It's always good to check the open source library too, guys. Some of the libraries, they're not as permissive as the MIT license. And we can look into this exact license and if we can use this library to sell a product for commercial use. Sometimes some of these licenses, they're open source licenses, but you can use it for commercial use, but you also need to open source it. So that's just a heads up for anyone working with open source libraries. Nice, okay. So Google Gemini says we have let's just say, what would you suggest? I want the method that is the most simple and robust and easy to implement. Let's ask GPT-5 what it thinks. Is job runner? So guys, I know we're going to have to be adding some new tables in the database, so I'm going to go ahead and open up PG Admin. And I know I have the schema somewhere, and I want to see if I can find it here. I know I have it in my downloads somewhere. Let's see. Okay, nice. I'm gonna say, how can I export the entire, export my database ERD diagram from PG Admin? Guys, we're looking for the ERD diagram. What I'm gonna do with that is ERD for database. Okay. This should be grabbing the full ERD diagram. Yeah, so it's the entity relationship diagram, and what I'm going to do now is download this image. Okay, so this is ERD diagram. Okay, cool. So now what we're going to do is now we're going to ask GPT-5 Mini. And first I'm going to upload the ERD diagram because I know we're going to have to use Postgres to enter the schedule. So pretty much the user will go into the front end, and we're going to add somewhere on the front end, probably in alerts, or probably somewhere here in alerts, we'll add a section to set up scheduled reports, and maybe instead of alerts we call this rules, or we change the name of this. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to attach where's my upload an image option? Let me just slide it in here. Okay, so now I'm going to use speech to text, and I'm going to say okay, let's start the voice chat and say okay, we need to use, hold on, let me make sure that let's pause this. I just want to make sure that my input is the Elgato Wave 3. settings open. Testing. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna paste this ERD diagram again in here again and say we want users to be able to set up scheduled reports. I am considering using either Job Runner or Quartz as an open source Java library to do this. We are using Postgres as the database. I attached the ERD diagram. How would we do this? Tell me exactly how you would do this. I don't want you to make any edits yet. Guys, while that's working, I'm gonna drop these leaping trout here, and we're gonna start fishing again. And then use the restroom real quick and come back. Okay, cool. This is exactly what I wanted it to do. It's giving me the SQL commands here, which is awesome. So let me use the restroom. Cool, so I see, let's see. Okay, so it's wanting to create a table called scheduled reports, and then scheduled report runs. And let's go into, reports. I just want to run git status real quick. Okay, we're on a clean branch. I probably want to change this branch name because we're about to be working on scheduled reports. So I can maybe do git checkout -b scheduled reports. Nice. So now we're on the branch scheduled reports, and when we make any changes to the code, it's going to add it to this branch, and then we'll push it to Git. It's just good to have the branch named. At least in my experience, it's nice to have the branch named or described with what features you're about to implement. So when you're going backwards or looking through the Git history, looking at that branch and knowing, okay, I see that this branch got merged into main. It probably had edits that are related to scheduled reports. Nice. Okay, so we're going to create a new API endpoint from the back end, which will be a post endpoint. And the front end will end up calling this endpoint with these parameters. So we got the name, description, report type, params, cron expression, time zone, recipients, output, storage, retention days. Let's see. Okay, so one option is so after we schedule the report, we have to generate the PDF and the CSV, and then we need to email it to the customer. Now, um, I think the best way to do this is with a signed S3 URL. That's one of the options they gave us, and I actually have a service that does that today. So I'm gonna say, I like the option of creating the CSV and the PDF and storing it in S3 and sending it to the customer with a signed S3 URL. We are already doing something like this in the coaching service. Can you review and let me know what you find out? Timeout issue. I'm gonna say, hold on, it thinks. Yeah, so the coaching service doesn't generate the PDF or CSV in the same way that the report service would, but it does use signed S3 URLs. So I just want you to go look at how it does that, because we need to use the communication service too to send the email to the customer. So I want you to go review this. So guys, I'm using GPT-5 Mini, and right now in VS Code, it's about, I could go find the exact cost, but GPT-5 Mini is, it's about $10 a month for GitHub Copilot. And if you use any of these models, GPT 4.1, GPT 4.0, which I guess are the legacy models now, GPT-5 Mini and Grok Code Fast 1, it does not charge you any additional money outside of that $10 a month. Now, if you use any of these models here, GitHub Copilot will start to charge you more money to use these. So let's see. Okay, so GPT-5 Mini was able to go look in the coaching service. It identified how we sign these URLs. It identified how the coaching service sends notifications. So a few different things here. We're building scheduled reports, and what we're going to do is the customer is going to be able to pick their interval for the scheduled report. We're going to store that into Postgres in a new table, and then we're using an open source Java library called Job Runner, and this library is going to help us determine when we need to fire these scheduled reports off. So once we determine that it's time to fire off one of these scheduled reports, we're going to go run the SQL query to fetch the information for the report, put it on a CSV, or create a CSV and a PDF, and then we're going to push that to S3, sign the URL, and then pass that to the communication service, which is going to send an email to that end customer. So let's see. Let's make sure we're still fishing here, guys. Always got to keep catching trout and salmon. Let me dismiss this mysterious old man. I don't know what he wants. Oops. Wait, what's happening now? Okay, back fishing now. This mysterious old man's got a mouth on him, huh? Okay, so let's see here. Unifies communications, beautiful. Nice. Okay, so this is the exact post that we would send to the communication service. So now I'm going to say, okay, great. So I know that we're going to have to add a new component to the next TS front-end service to complete this feature. But could we go ahead and get this set up in the Java service and set up the post endpoint, and then we could use a curl to test it? Guys, I'm going to grab my water real quick. And if you're in here, thanks for joining. Please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Also, feel free to send any chats. I'm very open. Okay, so it already started. Hold on. Look at that. So it already made some edits. I didn't really want it to start making edits. Before you started making edits, I wanted you to confirm that this was possible. So I had that's an interesting thing that just happened. So I asked it essentially a question, and then I asked it to clarify, would this be possible? Maybe I wasn't descriptive enough, but it went ahead and just started making the edits immediately. And that's partly, I guess, because I'm in agent mode. There is ask mode. In ask mode, you can communicate with the model and it won't make edits. In edit mode, it'll make edits. And then in agent mode, I think it it makes that decision on its own, right? Should I be editing? Should I just respond? And it seems to be pretty good at it right there. Okay, nice. Now this is I just wanted to confirm that it is possible. But it looks like it is. So yes, go ahead and proceed. So guys, I'm just grinding these leaping salmon. You drop them because there's no, they can't be cooked, I believe, because they're pregnant. And I never really knew that. I guess that's why salmon or leaping trout, maybe when they're pregnant, they start leaping out of the water. I'm not exactly sure. If anyone knows that, you can tell me. But these fish can't be cooked. But we do get some experience for 3 different skills while we do this, which is pretty cool. So those are pretty big changes here. I've already changed one file to these files got added. So it added this directory controllers, and it added a directory AWS. So let's just take a brief look. Again, guys, we're vibe coding. I'm not actually writing any code myself. But we do a little bit of human review, or we try to at least. Okay, so it looks like it's setting up a post endpoint here. And it's passing in a body. Okay, and calling the communication service, it looks like. This is the S3 configuration. So it helps us, it looks like it helps us sign the S3 URL, connect to S3. See, it's getting a little excited here. It's asking me to replace a SendGrid key, which we definitely don't want to do. Once it converts. It keeps saying I'm going to implement CSV and PDF generation, which I know that in our report service, if I come to critical event reports, let's open this up here. And interesting, maybe it's only interesting. Let me check something real quick. Could have sworn we had CSV and PDF creation here. Oh, here we go. It's the export button. Man, I haven't worked on this service in a while. Okay, so we can click this export button and it'll actually export a CSV. So I'm just gonna say, we definitely don't want to replace any SendGrid key. Not sure why we would need to do that. We have the S3 key that you can take from the coaching service that we use to sign the S3 URL. And also, the report service is already generating a CSV, and that's good enough for now. Why would we need to implement CSV and PDF generation when we already have it? Yeah, so we use GitHub Actions to build the code, so we can't actually build it locally. Are you done making the edits? What I can do if you're done making the edits is we can commit them, push to origin, I'll merge it into main, and when the Docker image is ready, we can pull it into AWS EKS. Looks like this file actually has some type of syntax issues, but Mini just hasn't recognized it yet. It's definitely this S3 helper file. I mean, I can see the errors right here, and it hasn't fixed them, or it doesn't even know that there is any syntax error there. It doesn't look like it at least. I have never built this service locally like this before. It's interesting too, it built some to-do list I'm not familiar with. I'm gonna actually switch here to GPT-5 and say, can you review this and see if we are ready to test? It looks like the s3 helper.java file has some syntax errors. And also, don't show or open any end files, but we do need to take the AWS keys and bring them over, I think, to the report service so we can sign the S3 URLs. You can find the keys in the coaching service. because I was using Mini, but Mini was working good. It just got off track a little bit. Kept trying to build the project locally, and typically I actually don't do that. The way I do it is we create a new branch, push the code to GitHub, and GitHub Actions actually merges that code into main and builds it into a container. And then we pull that container down into Kubernetes. Okay, it fixed the S3 helper syntax errors. Okay. Guys, I'm actually going to quickly look at one thing over here. Some AWS S3 keys. Don't want to show them on screen. Let's see. Actually, we can keep this here. Let's go to coaching. All right, guys, bear with me. I'm gonna bring the editor over to this window for a second so I can add these sensitive keys. I don't want to show them on stream. Let me actually make sure they're triple checked to make sure stream can't see it. So let's see here. These are pretty sensitive keys, so I really want to make sure I don't mess this up here. Show it on stream. Okay. Okay. Now, usually, guys, you would use for a key, since we're just kind of testing right now, usually you would never, I don't think, have this key in your environment file and have your environment file up in a GitHub repo. You at least want to make sure your GitHub repo is private. I've actually accidentally pushed an S3 key before to a GitHub repo that wasn't private, and within like a day, I got a message from AWS that key had been, there was a vulnerability and that key had been leaked. And someone in Norway with an IP in Norway, I guess, is kind of sniffing through any Docker image that's pushing. Actually, it wasn't the GitHub repo that was private. Interestingly enough, the GitHub repo was private. The Docker image wasn't private. And I guess someone is constantly scanning all public Docker images looking for AWS keys, right? So it looks like someone had actually grabbed the key immediately and tried to do something with it. But AWS was smart enough to tell me. But just definitely make sure you're careful with these keys. As soon as we're done adding these keys, guys, I'll bring VS Code back over. And if you're joined, please like and subscribe. Yeah, we are going to need to help them because we need to get both in the Docker image. So guys, if you're just joining, working on a couple different things here, and I don't have VS Code up right now because I'm adding some keys to a Docker file, but we're working on scheduled reports today. So we're going to be using an open source library called Job Runner. It was between Quartz and Job Runner, and this is a Java service. But we're going to be using this open source tool to help us schedule these reports. And so we're going to have to create new Postgres tables, create a new front-end component where a user can enter in which reports they want to schedule. Hold on, I don't want to use secrets. I want to do it the exact way we're doing it in the coaching service, which is maybe there's a vulnerability there, but for now it's okay since we're testing. So really, I think actually you would add these secrets inside of your Kubernetes environment. And then when you deploy the pod, it will pull these secrets or something like this. And this is one item we can add to the agenda. For now, we're going to be, and you're, okay, nice. Nice, guys. I think it might have done it here. Pull this back over. Let's see here. Okay. So interesting. So normally in our Docker file, let's see. It's not let's see here. So I never typically build locally like this. Yeah, so I don't ever typically build with Maven locally like this. The Docker file usually builds the project and GitHub Actions runs this file. So will it be okay to run this command? No, I don't want to make all these changes to the Docker file. How about we just commit the changes that we made, push them, and then we'll see if the it builds without any errors in GitHub. And it keeps opening the Docker file, which is not great. Okay, the parent directory is not a Git repo. It's only the subdirectories or Git repos. Oh, looks like music stopped playing, guys. I don't know when that happened. We're actually gonna let's look for something else. Let's see. What else we got?
I kinda adore you, but don't get too proud. You're like my favorite snack, I won't say it out loud. I won't say you're perfect, we all know you're not. But hey, you're the best kind of way that I got. Your songs up in my head, it's on repeat. The awkward dance I do, but only on your street. I won't say you're perfect, we all know you're not. But hey, you're the best kind of queer that I got.
Okay, cool. So let's see. Guys, don't do as I do as I do as I say. But I'm gonna try to push this this Git or this end file right now. No, we're gonna need to push the environment file to GitHub. I know that this is not the best security practice, but the Git repo is private, and so is the Docker image, so we should be okay. Yeah, I want you to mirror the coaching service the exact way that it works. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, let's commit and push it if you're ready. Alright guys, if you're having trouble hearing me, please tell me. I had someone mention that they're having some difficulty hearing my voice. Okay, so still have VS Code guys off the screen because I'm changing some sensitive stuff. Okay, let's run this. I'm on a branch called scheduled-reports now. Run these commands one by one for me. Let's see if this is smart enough to Can you execute the commands? You're still in the parent directory, which is not a Git repo. You need to go into the subdirectory reports. So this is where I think actually Claude Sonnet is a little better. You know, it seems to like handle some of these kind of housekeeping stuff a bit better, like pushing code, making sure it's in the right directory, you know, more precise about changing the right file. Let's see. Got all jumbled because the terminal was not a great size there. There we go. Okay. Now we're gonna add this. The upstream's not set, so this is not gonna work. We don't have upstream set, so can you just push to origin? Okay, cool. So let me go into GitHub here. I need to create a new S3 bucket, right? Yeah, it's probably best to create a new bucket, right? We had to set up IAM permissions though, right? At the cluster level. How is coaching using that? Yeah, but for the cluster to be able to access S3, can you check Kubernetes with kubectl right now to see if we have any IAM permissions set up, or we must have a permission to sign the S3 URL, right? And push to S3? Forget, I did this so long ago, I kind of forget exactly what the permission is called, but run a kubectl command to see if we have any permissions set up or any access set up. I know for a fact we do, actually. Not at the deployment. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT to look in the past here. I'm gonna say, can you look at prior chats and review the last time that we set up permissions in Kubernetes in K8 for the coaching service? I don't need GPT-5 thinking for this, hold on. Yeah, there it is. It found it. I don't know, guys. This is kind of, some of this Kubernetes stuff is kind of sensitive, so I'm keeping it off the screen, at least for now. But, let's see. Can the report service not use the existing service account, or won't it work since we already set up the service account to access S3? Yeah, but even though we have the S3 keys in the environment file, we still have to have the service account configured at the in AWS EKS, right? Okay, yeah, I guess with the service account, we were able to access S3, but to sign the S3 URL, I guess maybe that's why we needed to have it in the end file. Or can you help me understand that? It's been a long time since I coded the coaching service. So guys, if you're joining right now, we're working on scheduled reports. Let me put this over here. So we have these historical reports, and we're going to be building scheduled reports, vibe coding it, actually, without writing a single line of code. Let's see here. Okay, so you're saying we don't need to create the S3 service account in the reports namespace. Okay. We'll see if we can do this without creating a service account in AWS. I'm going to GitHub and I'm going to merge this. So guys, when we push, or when we merge this branch into main, this is how it works. So we're building the project using Maven. It's a Java project. And usually if that has an error, we won't merge into main. For time's sake, I kind of just went ahead and merged into main. We can always go backwards if there's any errors. So we'll see what happens here. I'm about to use the restroom. Okay, we did get an error. Let's see what it is. Yeah, I want you to commit and push, but it still looks like there's a syntax error in the POM file. Alright guys, and before we even merge into main this time, we're gonna actually just watch the build go down here. No, so it did fail again. The build with Maven failed. Yeah, so we did, the build failed again. We're looking into it. So I'm actually going to look at the error myself here. I'm saying the jar is missing. Okay, so it is this dependency. This SDK here. Now the other service that we did build this in, it was built using Python. So I guess the way we were assigning the S3 URL is a bit different. Okay, there we go. Took a little minute there. GPT-5. Interesting. So this is new. It looks like as GPT-5 is working, it's storing its own to-do agenda of some sort. Go into AWS and something. So it's here. Nice, I got logged in. Beautiful. Okay. So we're gonna go to buck S3. We're creating a new bucket, guys. Sorry about this. I know this AWS stuff is kind of boring. Let's see. Okay. Make this create a bucket. called the scheduled reports. That's good. I think we can at least let's just look at the buckets. Guys, so we're creating a new S3 bucket here. Alright, let me just create this new bucket here. S3. Keeps telling me that the specified bucket name is, but is that like specific to my account? It keeps telling me the bucket name is taken, but I don't have bucket with that name in my account. Interesting. That's safe. Nice, okay. Alright. So we created the bucket with this name. Hey guys, was planning on streaming a little longer today, but I had some challenges with getting multi-RMPT set up on OBS. Gonna keep going here for a little while, but kind of getting a bit hungry. But what we're doing right now is setting up trying to build scheduled reports. So we have historical reports in this system. And we're going to be using an open source Java library called Job Runner to help us do this. So we need to do a few different things. We're creating a new S3 bucket. We're going to have to create some new Postgres tables. And get all of that set up. Okay, we're going to do we got to edit a sensitive file here. Hold on. So GPT-5 has got pretty good. I was initially kind of concerned about streaming and accidentally pulling up any sensitive information. But it seems like GPT's doing a decent job at of warning me before it opens up a sensitive file. Okay, looks like we pushed it. Okay, we're going to GitHub real quick. Okay, guys, the computer's kind of moving a little slow here. Let's close some stuff. Guys, just a heads up, I think we're the Mac is having a little issue here. Bear with me. I maybe pushed it a bit too hard here. Let's see if we can't let's see if we can force quit some stuff, guys. Let's force quit ChatGPT. Let's force quit CurseForge. Let's force quit Chrome right now, which should be okay. Don't think that will kill stream. Okay, looks like we're still streaming. Let's open up Chrome again quickly. Let's force quit some more stuff here. Okay, I think we're good now. Let's see if we can try this again. open up your live stream in the Creator Studio if you closed it down. Let me see. Ooh, there we go. Nice. Let's go to youtube.com and open up the stream. Okay, cool. Okay, nice. So, sorry guys, I had a couple too many programs open. Let's see what happened here. So, okay, we push this. Let's go to GitHub now. Go to reports, pull requests. Go to this new pull request. Let's cancel this pull request. Let's rerun this job. Okay, let's see if we can do this. I'm trying to pull the stream back up, guys. So just go to Studio. Okay, I'm here. Now it says go live. Okay, nice. I got back here. Nice, beautiful. Okay. So let's come back here. All right, can you commit and push, and I'll let you know if there's any errors when the CI/CD runs. Okay, we pushed it. May come back. It already failed again. Wait, no, it failed 8 minutes ago. Let's see if it rerun everything. Okay, that passed. Interesting. Okay, now merging into main. I'll show you guys what this looks like here. So guys, this is what it looks like when the Docker image is building. Okay, guys, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. Never used to take this long. Interesting. Let's see. Nice. Nice. Okay, it pulled. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do a rollout restart. So let's open up VS Code. Okay, the Docker image built. Let's do a rollout restart on the service. Let's go. Let's see. Good. Okay. Cool. There we go. Nice. Let's get this over here. Yeah, review the logs and test. Yeah, we probably need to set up a... Never use this. Wait, what? So I see you used an image to do that curl test inside of the Kubernetes environment. Is that a safe thing to do? I've never done that before. Nice, that's pretty cool. All right, cool. If it's safe, let's do it. You can try to build the project to see if it builds correctly, and then we can commit and push, period. And are you sure that when we are building the project with Maven locally that it's not going to cause any issues? I've only ever built this project into a container running it on GitHub Actions in the cloud. It's kind of a big prompt, guys, but let's see how it handles that. Guys, this is not the most exciting feature, I guess. It's kind of okay, nice. We pushed it. Let me merge into main. We're just adding something to the authentication service right now that is going to allow us to execute a pod inside of Kubernetes to run a curl, so we can test the endpoint to make sure that it works before we move forward. So guys, after this, I think I might find a stopping point here. I definitely wanted to stream longer today, but setting up OBS took a lot longer than expected to set up the multi-stream. Okay guys, the Docker image is building. So this should allow us to run this curl test inside of Kubernetes, or execute a pod and then remove the pod. Okay, looks like the Docker image built. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this rollout restart now. Cool. Now we should be able to run this. What exactly will this command do when we hit the endpoint? Is it actually going to send an email or do anything? All right, if it's going to actually send an email, use a real email, rob@bluecactus.ai. Good, yeah, that service actually has, I don't know why, it's this authentication service, yeah, so it's hitting the exact endpoint where it used for the coaching alert, which I guess it should have worked, but we're about to find out why it didn't. Hey guys, if you're just joining, we're rebuilding scheduled reports. So normally our users have these historical reports, and this is a Java service that runs this report. And what we're doing right now is we're going to be using a Java open source library called Job Runner, and we're going to be creating some new tables in Postgres to build a feature to run scheduled reports. So a user will be able to enter, all right, I want to run a certain report at the end of every day or at the end of every week. And Job Runner, the open source library, is going to check Postgres table and determine which users have scheduled reports set up. And if they have a scheduled report set up on, we're going to fire off that report on whatever interval they have configured. So right now what we're doing is we actually built, made some modifications to the report service to handle this. So pretty much we're using that Job Runner open source library. We're building the Postgres connection. And the way it will work is a user will schedule their report. It'll check Postgres. And then it will generate the report, create a CSV, push it to S3, and then sign that S3 URL, and then send an email to the customer with the CSV report that's in a signed S3 URL. So right now we built some new endpoints in the report service, and we are trying to execute a pod to test that. So let's see here. Nice. So I actually just got a email. So it did work. Now this is a coaching alert, but it shows that we have the report service, a new endpoint built out in the report service. And let me, nice, we got that email. So can you explain everything that we just did? Okay, so now we know that it will work after we generate the report and we need to send the email. But how can we test if generating the report will work and creating the signed URL will work? Hold on. So explain exactly what this will do. Is it going to actually generate a report? So the idea is that a customer wants to generate a stop report for the full week maybe, and run that and receive that at the end of each week, or run the idling report for the full week and receive that report at the end of the week. Okay, guys, so I think we're going to stop here for today. This is not the most glamorous work that we're doing right now. But on the next stream, what we're going to do is finish building out this scheduled report. And then we're going to be working on some more flashy digital employee stuff. This should be a little more exciting. So anyways, thanks guys. I'll catch you on the next stream.